Hi everyone, it's Harry. So this is my first vlog in my new franchise affiliation of Royal LePage Blue Sky. But I'm going to take a moment to wish my condolences to the family of friends of a realtor that I've been working with for 2 years at open houses. Rest in peace, Bonnie. She passed away last week on Canada Day, so a little sad for me, but things go on. So, what have we seen? On a separate note, let's flip to what the first half of this year has seen. We've seen the effects of reduced immigration and the tariff war with the US, which has created a lot of economic uncertainty as well as reduced economic activity in Canada. And that has suppressed a lot of the sales as well as caused inventory to increase. We are for the overall market, we're at a 6-year high. For the detached market, we're at a 5-year high with respect to inventories. So we are now in a balanced market overall, with the exception of the apartment market, where we're in a buyer's market. More on that later on. So what are the numbers show? We're at 646 and change for the average price for Calgary homes. We're at 3 months of supply. Sales are at 2286, down almost 20% from the 5-year average. And 17% year over year. So that's pretty significant. However, at 646, we're still above last year's average of 607. I expect it to drift downwards as we go through the summer, and we might see a pop during the fall market and then falling off again into Christmas. So that I suspect we will average at the similar prices that we saw last year on average for the overall year. I do not expect a collapse in the market. I think we've been repriced because of the huge net migration we saw over the last few years caused by the high interest rates during COVID, post-COVID. So that's been material to our economy and our pricing and our demand scenarios. So if you bought a house recently, I wouldn't get too worried about it. Just hold on. The mid-elections for the U.S. will take place in about a year and a half, so that'll tamper things down. So I don't expect the sky is falling, so to speak. So I think you're fine. I think it's a buying opportunity right now. That's my sense. If you're moving upward where you sell and then buy a higher price home, good time to buy. If you're just buying for the first time, great time to buy as well. If you're looking at selling, I would suggest waiting till next spring when more economic uncertainty is removed from the system and people start to realize that all these tariffs can't go forward. I think it's wrong-minded, but I'm not the guy in power. So that's where I'm at with the overall market. The detached market, we're again at a reasonable high here, although it has come down. The average for last month prices were at 820. So it came down significantly, but it's popped back up a little bit. We'll see how it ends this month. I again expect the detached market to start to average what we saw last year overall for the full year. We are now in a balanced market. Again, sales down 7% year over year at 1172. Inventory, again, it's an all-time 5-year high. So we are this June's average was 820,000 versus the previous month at 847, and that may be a bit of a low, but it might pop up and drift downward as well. I don't think it'll fall below 800 personally. Now let's talk about the apartment condo market. This is where, because of all the not overbuilding, I guess, building to meet demand and the conversions that we're seeing downtown has impacted inventory greatly. We are in a buyer's market. Prices are below last year's market. They kind of averaged last year's pricing at around 350,000 for the last month, but I'm seeing drift downward Inventories are at a level that I haven't seen since even when I first started working in the real estate industry about 8 years ago. So we're at high inventories, around 4 months of supply. I don't expect price increases on the condo side to materialize for at least a year or two with a continual product being brought onto market. So that's where I'm at. If you need any help with regard to realty services, please reach out. Once again, Royal LePage Blue Sky. Or have any questions, please reach out as well. I'm happy to talk about real estate. But otherwise, have a great Stampede weekend. Stampede week, I guess. We just went past through the weekend. We'll see another weekend coming up here. The summer is we're starting to get into the July-August period of summer, so we'll see how the market unveils. Cheers. Bye now.